Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 10 ways to fill your empty notebooks that are just lying around. I have a lot of notebooks, so maybe this will be helpful to you too. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 1, a diary. A diary is probably one of the most popular ways to fill a notebook. Reason, because a lot of people like to write about their day. I would suggest that you get a proper diary if you want to do it seriously, but a lined notebook would do as well. Number 2, a creative journal. If there's something that you really like, why not make a journal about it? So for me, I love the K-pop music, so I made a K-pop journal. Basically, I would write about different albums that would come in, or different songs, and in some ways I would incorporate some webtoon stuff as well. I would just write about different groups I liked or different songs that I liked. I even made some playlists sometimes. It was overall a very fun thing to do. Number 3, a list book. This book doesn't even have to be that big, because if you want it to be portable and if you want to take it everywhere, then make it a small book. I suggest that you use this for a to-do list or even a shopping list if you like to go shopping for groceries a lot. You can also use it for a bucket list, but a very long one, since bucket lists tend to be quite short. I used this quite a long time ago before I switched to a more different way, but overall this was a very handy notebook, and yeah. Number 4, a school notes book. Basically, what you do is you take this notebook to school and write some notes about whatever lesson or topic you were doing. Or, similarly, you could come back home and write your own notes about whatever you did in school. Try and make them pretty if you really want to make them pretty. And yeah, I do this for all my subjects because it helps me to be organized with every lesson topic that we have. And I like to incorporate diagrams, different text, tables, data, etc., etc. I really like these types of notebooks since I like to study a lot. Number 5, a music notebook. Before this global pandemic began, I actually wanted to learn the piano, since I've always wanted to learn an instrument. However, I couldn't do so because of what's happening in the world. But in this notebook, you could include scales, different chords, and yeah, you could design it to be a practice session book as well. Number 6, a travel journal. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically a journal that you would take every time you would go flying around. So for instance, I made a notebook on my trip to India, and it was a very fun experience, I have to say. You could include different food you try, different places you go to in the country, and even keep a diary so you can write about your day every single day. You can also have little envelopes to put in souvenirs that you bought. So yeah. Number 7, a planner. This is very similar to the list book idea as well as the diary idea. However, it's kind of different. What you do is you write the day at the top, and then you would write all your lessons or like homework and stuff that you got, and you would also write like schoolwork or like optional tasks that you have to do. So yeah. Number 8, a language journal. I couldn't find my language journal for this video, so I decided to show you what I would do in my language journal. Basically, I would write the language that I'm learning at the top, and then I would do some work on the language. So what I would do is I would find a website, or I would find a video to help me write down different vocabulary or different grammar structures. And yeah, I would just kind of have fun with it. So here's me just writing basic words from Korean even though I haven't actually properly learnt the language. But yeah, here's me trying my best to make it pretty as well. Number 9, a past paper book. I know how much paper I would waste if I didn't have this book, because when I'm revising, if you're like me, you would obviously do loads of past papers, mock tests, or just little practice questions just to be prepared for the test. Basically, what you would do is you would write the answer to the questions that are in the test that you are doing. Then at the end, you would check with the answer key or the mark scheme, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very self-explanatory, but it saves so much paper. Number 10, a bullet journal. This is so popular among a lot of people, and the bullet journal system is very, very handy if you are a busy student or just a busy person. So this was for this year, and basically what I did is I did a year in pixels, and then I started off with my January spread. So my theme was just a little retro theme. As you can see, I did Tetris and Pac-Man, and I also included some little doodles of retro things like colourful TV or like a Nokia phone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you got some ideas for the empty notebooks they have lying around.